in Brussels has renewed worldwide security concerns for airports and train stations. Earlier in the week, American journalist Aaron Klein spoke to an ISIS leader that said the group already has jihadists inside those facilities. Glen Winn, an aviation security expert, confirms many terrorists are operating under the radar.
Some of them were caught, yes, but obviously many weren't.
But is the latest terror attack that killed 34, including 3 Americans, new?
We can go all the way back to the mid-'80s when we had explosions in the airport in Rome and machine gunning of different people at Easter, bombings in Frankfurt Airport, which took place in front of then the Northwest Airlines, Pan American Airways ticket counters. And multiple people were killed and wounded in that attack. That was a big suitcase that had been left in the airport lobby area right in front of the ticket counters by terrorists, later to be known as Hezbollah.
And could a Brussels-like terror attack happen in the U.S., and will it prompt lawmakers to increase airport security?
I would say yes, we are going to see added security. The public is going to demand it because they're going to be very leery, if you will, going into airports, looking around the lobbies themselves. I know I'll be paying even more attention than I normally do. Is there a way to prevent it? You know, of course there is, and that is to move security to the front door of the airport or even beyond. Of course, there lies the cost.
But are Americans willing to spend billions for more security at the nation's airports and train stations? This will likely depend on the number of terror attacks directed at Western targets.
And our Kimberly Dvorak is here with the latest on Brussels, and we'll get to the latest on airport security in just a minute, but I want to bring in some breaking news that's happening right now and coming into our newsroom in Belgium, where they had planned a rally. Security officials said we don't have enough police to come out there. We're spread too thin. Let's cancel it. Still, people went out there, and this is turned into basically riots and protesters and police firing off water and pepper spray to disperse the crowds. There's a sense of frustration here among the people in the government here.
Yeah, and I think, this kind of ties to political correctness because, as you know, we discussed earlier that, there were several red flags here with this attack. And I think what you're seeing today is just, sheer frustration with the people that are going, look, we've been telling you this, giving you this information, you've been ignoring this, and are they doing this just to be politically correct and make sure that they're just being nice to each and every person that's in Belgium? And if by overlooking what is being, given to them via evidence from people who are in the know on this.
Their intelligence.
Exactly. So now what you're seeing, I think, today is frustration from people that live in Belgium, and they're saying, look, we need to wake up to this fact, and we can't allow this to continue to happen because it's going to grow.
And it's happening across Europe, and there's statistics that you just found out that say we're the next to be targeted.
A Rasmussen poll that came out yesterday said 63% of Americans believe that a Brussels-like attack will happen in the U.S. And again, I think it just is going to go to the fact that are we going to be willing to give up more of our liberty, so to speak, to secure the airports, move security off-site. Glenn suggested that we possibly move the security off-site and take buses into airports.
In some airports, that's already happening.
It is, and so there are a number of things we can do. But I think in general that the rule of see something, say something, we can never say that enough. I mean, if somebody leaves something and they walk by and they look like they're suspicious, don't be afraid to walk up and talk to a security officer or a police officer on this. That's the best way to go about looking at it. And I think as we see more of these terrorist attacks, we're gonna have to check our political correctness at the door because safety of all human beings should be above that.
Kimberly Dvorak, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
For more on her story, go